what truly binds a man to you isn't love. Hey everyone, it's Emma, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something I get asked about all the time. Why do some men bond so deeply with their partners, while others just don't? And the answer isn't luck, and it's not even really about romance in the way we usually think about it. It comes down to a tiny hormone called vasopressin. So grab your tea, get comfy, and let's talk about it. What is vasopressin anyway? So vasopressin is a hormone that's produced in the brain, and it plays a huge role in male bonding, loyalty, and long-term attachment. Now, most of us have heard of oxytocin, the love hormone or cuddle hormone. Oxytocin is huge for women. It's released during touch, intimacy, and closeness, and it makes us feel warm and connected. But here's the thing. Men's brains actually respond more strongly to vasopressin than oxytocin when it comes to forming deep attachment. It's not that men don't feel love the way we do. It's that the pathway to that love is different. Vasopressin is tied to protectiveness, territorial behavior, and this is the key part, teamwork. The evolutionary purpose behind it. Here's why this makes sense biologically. For most of human history, men needed allies to survive. Someone to hunt with, defend the camp with, solve problems with. So the male brain evolved to bond most strongly with people it sees as reliable teammates, partners in solving life's challenges, not just people who are fun to be around or attractive. This is such an important shift in thinking, ladies. Men aren't just looking for someone to have chemistry with. On a deep, wired-in level, they're looking for an ally, someone who feels like my person when things get hard, not just when things are easy. How vasopressin creates emotional bonding men. Bond through solving problems. Because of this evolutionary wiring, men tend to be incredibly goal-oriented. When a man works toward something, fixing a car, building a business, solving a tricky logistical problem, his brain lights up in a very specific way. And when you're part of that process with him, even in a small way, his brain starts to associate you with achievement and success. That association is powerful. It's literally how attachment gets built. Becoming allies. This is where the word teammate becomes so important. When a man starts to see you as someone who's on his team, not against him, not judging him, but genuinely with him, his brain files you under safe and valuable. That's the emotional core of vasopressin bonding. Safety plus success wrapped up in one person. Small challenges matter. And here's the beautiful part. It doesn't have to be some huge, dramatic challenge. Something as small as putting together a jigsaw puzzle together, assembling furniture, or figuring out directions on a road trip can activate this bonding response. These little moments of "we solved that together" build trust in a way that's honestly more powerful than 100 romantic dinners. How constant conflict damages bonding now. On the flip side, and this is really important, constant conflict does the opposite. If a man starts to associate you with stress, criticism, or obstacles instead of teamwork, his brain starts filing you differently. You've probably heard the phrase, "I still love you, but I don't like you." That's often what's happening underneath. The love is there, but the bonding pathway has been damaged because he no longer feels like you're on his team. Support his goals. Learn about his goals. So how do we actually use this? The first step is simple. Ask him about his goals, not just the big picture dreams, but the short-term stuff too. What's he working on this month, this week? And then ask the magic question, how can I help? Help him reach those goals. You don't need to fix everything for him. Just notice where he's struggling and offer support in a way that feels meaningful to him. Not what you think he needs, but what he actually says he needs. Why support creates attachment. Every time you do this, his brain quietly files you as valuable. It increases trust. It reinforces that you two are a team, not two separate people just sharing a life. Real life example. Here's a simple one. If he's swamped at work this week, preparing a meal for him or handling something small off his plate can mean more than you'd think. These little acts of service are like deposits into the vasopressin bonding account. They add up fast. Share your own needs. Why many people hide their needs. Now let's flip it around. Because bonding is a two-way street. A lot of us hide our needs. We're scared of rejection, scared of seeming needy, or too much. But here's the truth. Hiding your needs actually blocks bonding because it takes away his chance to show up for you. Giving him opportunities to help. When you clearly and kindly express what you need, you're giving him an opportunity, a chance to contribute, to be useful, to feel like a hero in your story. Men genuinely crave this. It's not a burden, it's a gift you're giving him. Reinforcing his efforts. And when he does step up, show appreciation. A genuine thank you that meant a lot reinforces the behavior and makes him more likely to show up again next time. This is basic psychology, but it works beautifully in relationships. Create new experiences together. Why novelty matters. New experiences do something fascinating to the brain. They increase dopamine and heighten attention, which makes emotional bonding even stronger. This is why the early days of a relationship feel so intense. Everything is new. Learn and explore together. So keep that spark alive intentionally. Travel somewhere new. Try a hobby neither of you has done before. Take a class together. Say yes to spontaneous adventures. Overcoming new challenges. Together even better. Face something slightly outside your comfort zones together. Getting a little lost on a hike, navigating a new city, figuring out a recipe that goes sideways. These shared, we figured it out moments build memories and reinforce that team identity we talked about earlier. Why some men hesitate to commit attraction isn't enough. Here's something a lot of us don't realize. Attraction alone doesn't lead to commitment. You can have amazing chemistry, endless fun, genuinely enjoy each other's company, and still not see a long-term future forming. The brain wants a life partner. That's because deep down, the male brain isn't just looking for someone exciting. It's looking for a lifelong ally, someone it can trust through real life, not just the highlight reel. When vasopressin bonding never develops, if a couple never really becomes a team, if they live somewhat parallel lives, avoiding problems instead of facing them together, that vasopressin bonding pathway just never fully activates. And without it, commitment can feel optional, even when the relationship is otherwise good. So the takeaway here, ladies, is simple but powerful. Don't just focus on being fun or attractive. Focus on becoming his teammate. Support his goals, share your own needs, create new memories together, and face life's little challenges side by side. That's how real, lasting bonding happens. I really hope this video gave you some clarity and maybe even a little aha moment today. If it helped you in any way, I'd love it so much if you hit that like button. It really does help this channel grow. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing because I share videos like this every single week, all about love, connection, and understanding the people we care about most. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. It truly means the world. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and talk soon.